Pour.
There's none being left in this can. Pour it all in my glass. Hey, I'm Adam.
I'm Bryan.
Back with another episode of Buds and Suds.
All right, I've been dying to do this one.
Yeah.
I even got online and bought some cans. And so this is double stack. Got the Yeti with a big old double stack of pancakes and, of course, coffee in his hand. This is from Great Notion, 11% Portland, Oregon. So it's coffee and maple, which is awesome. So it's their award-winning Imperial breakfast stout, fermented with an irresponsible amount of maple syrup and aged on whole bean Sumatra from our friends at Clutch Coffee.
Clutch, cool.
So that sounds awesome.
And when I cracked the can, I've had this before. We
both had it.
Yeah. You crack the can. I mean, if you're blindfolded, it really smells like you just open up a fresh bottle of maple syrup.
That's all I get. I mean, from here, I'm getting.
I mean, it is truly maple syrup. But let's get darkness. You know, like a light khaki tan head, dissipated, holds the glass pretty well, 11%. Let's get the nose.
I'm jumping ahead.
I mean, it's maple.
It is strong.
It is strong. There is, though, like when you actually put your nose in, you do get those chocolate malts. Hint of coffee, not hint of coffee. There's coffee there. It's just the maple is like you got to get through
roasty, just a little bit roasty, which I would assume is the coffee.
Agreed, but you have to you tell your brain, okay, the maple's there. What else is underneath that? Because the maple really just
it's
pops.
so strong.
I mean, it is a strong maple. Wonderful, beautiful maple aroma.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh yeah. So I don't think the maple is as strong on the flavor, though.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I let it warm up too much. Because I remember it tasted more mapley when I drank it kind of cool.
But it's almost lingering. The maple is the last thing.
I would agree.
But I agree. The initial sip, I was like, ooh, nice. It's thick. It's got chocolate, coffee, some sweetness. And then I agreed with you. And then it's like sitting here, and it just tastes like there's maple crystallizing on my lips.
Yeah, that's so good. A little thin, though. But, I mean, that much maple and coffee.
11%. At this, we are probably at cellar temper, a little above at this point.
Probably.
And you do get the heat. You get that 11%. I do.
You do. Yeah, and I didn't get that when it was cool.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we can't... And I almost thought about bringing two cans and reviewing one at one temperature and one at another. But then we could have just only done that.
Well, yeah, you could always, and I mentioned this in one of our videos, but yeah, start off, because I'm a big fan of drinking these at cellar temp, obviously. I think, everything just pops. But I also like just drinking them cold and then letting them warm up. It just, and just experiencing the change in the beer as you get acclimated to certain things, as well as the beer changing temperature. It's always fun. So this might be one of the,
Well, we've said that before about CBS, about how much different it is at cold temperature as it is, to cellar temperature. But it's phenomenal. I wish it had more maple at this temperature, but it still has plenty of maple. I mean, you're not searching for it at all. At least I'm not. It's there. Probably get more coffee though than I remember getting when it was cold. Yeah. But that makes it blend really well.
Yeah, I agree. But this is so good. 4-5 for me. Man, I like this. Yeah,
it is just. My lips are almost stuck together.
That's what I'm saying. You got to keep wetting your lips because it's crystallizing and sticky, icky. It's really a good beer though.
Yeah, and this is one I would definitely get again. If it was thicker, it'd be a 4.75 easily. But just a good coffee maple stout, non-barrel aged. I mean, 4.5 plus for me. I love it.
Yeah, it's really good.
I love it.
So we. As a side note, a buddy of mine has a friend up in Oregon and got him to ship him 4 or 8 of these. And so we decided to do a maple day, the stuff we had sitting around. And I actually had just gotten some of that Hubbard's Cave that we reviewed, the maple. And it's funny because I thought, well, that's a maple bomb. And it is a maple bomb. But the difference is this actually tastes natural. It tastes like I described it. There's pancakes, so I failed to mention that. When you drink this, I think part of the maltiness of it gives it like a cakey, like pancake. It's a sweet cakiness that goes along with the maple and the coffee and everything and the chocolate. That beer, that Hubbard's Cave one, was so sweet, and we had mentioned it. Remember when we did the review? We're like, oh my gosh, this is sweet. I bet if so. Then we did the cream we did like a mocha, I think, or something after that. Then we went back to it and it got better. But so I shared that with friends at the same time as this, kind of like a side by side with a couple other maple beers, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, it's almost sweet, undrinkable." So anyway, I say that this is just so well done.
Yeah, it is.
You could drink it first, you could drink it in the middle, you could drink it last. Everything goes well together. All those flavors are well integrated. Nothing just stands out as bad. Like I said, 4 or 5 might be underrated for how good this is. A little thin, like you said, which I think is the main reason I'm giving it a 4.
That's the only reason that I've knocked it down.
You chunk this up and give it a really nice thick mouthfeel, and it's even higher.
Yeah, I would definitely be higher.
And I actually, you say barrel aged, that's the next thing I'm going to say. I have had the barrel aged version of this.
I know you have.
And I don't think it was as good.
Really?
Now, it was at the middle.
A bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, we had a bunch. It was my 40th, and we were drinking like it was my 40th. And this one kind of just got glanced over, like, yeah, it's good. Next.
Barrel aged Yeti.
Yeah, it actually did. So it wasn't like it was at the end of the night. I can't remember it. It was just kind of maybe like 3 or 4 beers in, but no one was super blown away. And these are people that love this beer too. So maybe barrel aged kind of takes away from these awesome flavors. I don't know.
It could. I mean, but to me, the blend of maple plus coffee plus malt, I mean, it's very well done.
Yeah.
Too many of these, like the Hubbard's Cave, are overly sweet, especially when you compare them to other stuff, or they add lactose to kind of add sweetness to a maple stout, and this doesn't have any of those flavors.
This isn't lactose, does it?
It doesn't say it has lactose. I would assume not, but it doesn't say it.
Yeah, and that might be the difference. I mean, that Hubbard's Cave had tons of lactose, so the sweetness in this is all coming from maple, maybe.
Maple.
And that's that may be what's making it awesome. So love it. 4 or 5 for me, 4 or 5 plus for you.
I'm gonna sip on it for a while.
Yeah, we're gonna sit and sip on this one to enjoy this beautiful day. Got a nice breeze going. So last review of the night. Enjoyed it. Thank you. As always, guys, if you came to the beer you love the beer you have. Thanks.